lot to talk to today. Today, we have the return of Simone Biles. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Also, a story that has been really topping our digital platforms about an AGT contestant pulling out. Maureen's covering that. And then, guess what? Masks are returning, CDC recommendations. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But Holly, let's start with you because we're hoping for a gold medal forecast. It was beautiful yesterday.
Yeah, it really was. And we had 75 yesterday. Lovely this morning. If you're tuning in with us right now, Danielle can verify. She had all the beautiful traffic cameras. Most of you starting off in the 50s again. So it feels really, really good. And it's low humidity. We'll end up in the upper 70s today. So just slightly warmer, still not quite the low 80s we should be, but we're there midweek. And by the weekend, we're talking close to 90, if not in the low 90s by the end of the weekend. So the August heat and humidity will return for sure. So I say just embrace this, especially, I was thinking about this with the masks and all this talk about the Delta variant. It's always a good feeling, at least I feel like, when you can open up windows and have that fresh air going through the house.
Yeah, it is. It is. But you say we're about to get hot.
We're going to get hot. We're going to get really hot over the weekend. We've got a few days of weather.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Holly. Holly is logging off to go ahead and talk with WTAM and update them on the forecast. Good morning, Jasmine. Welcome to the post show. So it's just the ladies today, and we have lots to get to. Now, remember, if you're in Cuyahoga County, Jasmine was on that story this morning about the special election for that congressional seat, the primary election. So if you live in Cuyahoga County as well as in the 11th congressional district, so it's portions of Cuyahoga County and as well as into Akron, you have that election today. A lot of candidates for that, but the top two, Chantel Brown and Nina Turner. So we, of course, will be covering that. But also, if you live in Cuyahoga County, now we have really increased in our COVID-19 reported positive cases. So Cuyahoga County now, according to the CDC, we are at the substantial level. And I say we because right now, all three of us, we're in Cuyahoga County. Our studios here are located in downtown Cleveland. So you're probably asking yourself, well, what does that mean? What do I have to change? And even just yesterday, we received an alert because of this. We now have to wear masks indoors. So all of us, we have our mask, and it doesn't matter whether you're vaccinated or not. Again, it's not a statewide mandate, but it's a recommendation from the CDC that once you hit that substantial level or high, that you should wear masks indoors, whether you are vaccinated or not. So what does that mean? If you, what does substantial mean? Because CDC, they have that 4 risk gauge. We actually have this on WKYC.com, and I'm actually looking at the post for our YouTube live, and we have it in the post link, so you can look it up yourself as well. But substantial COVID-19 spread, is based on that CDC's, the 4 levels that they have, which is, low, moderate, substantial, and high. And so Cuyahoga County reported a 7-day average of 99 new daily cases on Sunday, August 1st. So that is definitely up, and it marks an increase from the 68 new cases, 7-day average that it reported prior. So we are at a 125% increase from 2 weeks ago. So again, that's something that, Jasmine, Maureen, we've all been talking about, a lot, and especially as kids go back to school. Schools, there's no mask mandate, but even for, our house, my husband and I, we were talking about, because we have a child who is unvaccinated, who can't be vaccinated at this time. She's too young. So, we're like, well, I guess maybe we should start wearing masks, so she doesn't feel like she's the only one, not wearing a mask, because she didn't want to do that. So, what are people saying in your communities, Jasmine and Maureen, as you see us going back in the wrong direction when it comes to COVID, when you're out on the streets and, reporting and doing those things?
Well, personally, I know that a lot of people are confused, going back and forth
Yeah.
between the CDC guidelines and just trying to make the best decision for your family. But honestly, we're still doing that. We're still making the best decision for your family. No one knows what your child is going through. No one knows what you're going through personally as a household. So it's just best that you make the decision for yourself and stick with it, stand beside it, and until things are mandated, and continue doing what you're doing and just protecting. If it's, I see a few stores, I think Giant Eagle is now back to the mask mandate. So it's just, you have to start to be cautious again before you go outside and knowing these stores, because I don't want to see people get upset again about this whole mask mandate stuff, because they are vaccinated. So you don't have to wear a mask, but just follow the guidelines to people's stores, follow the guidelines to businesses, and just, if we can continue, I don't know. I really don't know. It's like
I think your face shows like probably what everybody is like thinking, like, man, I'm tired. I don't know. But yeah, I think as long as
I did hear an interview with Dr. Fauci. I think he was on the Breakfast Club. And he just spoke like he doesn't think that we will be doing another government shutdown or shutdown in general. So that's the good news, because I feel like it affected a lot of businesses. And even seeing certain things that are just, stuff is just out. If you go inside of Target, I've never seen shelves just empty. So it's messing up production extremely with, us being out like that. But just do what's right for your family.
Yeah, a lot of businesses, as Jasmine said, they are starting to go back to the mask mandate in their place of establishment. We talked a couple of weeks ago about Netflix. They're requiring all of their employees to get vaccinated and things like that. So we shall see and be on top of this. But another story that is really topping WKYC.com, it's a story out of AGT, but has kind of local ties, actually Ohio ties, and boy, it's has been blowing up on our digital. And Maureen, you have more on that.
Yeah, and when we say AGT, we're talking about America's Got Talent, which is an NBC show. So if you watch it a lot, and it's one of those that you're really sucked into. I mean, it's singing, it's acrobatics, it's a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, you might remember it's Jane Marcheski. She goes by Nightbirde. As a singer, and she had an outstanding performance. I mean, it's just gorgeous voice. And you might remember her because Simon Cowell said, well, I'm not going to send you to the next round. And then he hit that golden buzzer and he sent her all the way to the end. And there is, she just collapsed in excitement. And there was so much hype online about her, all these followers, and her song, which was an original, all of a sudden shot to the top of downloads. But while she was going through that, she also mentioned that she has cancer and she's been battling cancer, and she thought she had fought it and it went away. And then it was breast cancer. And then she last summer was declared cancer free, but it came back. I'm hearing feedback, by the way. I'm hearing like a delay. So
I have my headphones on, so I don't know why there's a delay with it too. Yeah.
Okay, so bear with me. So anyway, yesterday on Instagram, she announced that she just won't be able to go on. Her health took a turn for the worse, so she won't be able to compete on AGT, which is just heartbreaking. So she's been getting a lot of messages online, and we just feel for her.
Yeah, one of the things that she said, like when she went for her audition, that you saw is they asked her, they said, well, are you okay? And she's like, I'm good. And then they asked her if the cancer, and then that's when she, as you said, Maureen, she said that the cancer, that right now she had cancer in certain areas in her body, which shows that it spread. And they were like, oh, so you're not okay. And then she goes, I love this line. She says, well, it's important for people to know me for more than just the bad things that happened to me. And I just was like, wow, that's powerful.
She also hit everybody with, that she had a 2% chance. And then she said, well, it's a chance. So, I mean, you can see that the prognosis wasn't great, but she was saying a 2% chance. I got a chance.
Yeah.
So we're just really praying for her, and hopefully, she can pull some miracles.
I love it because she's, like she said, she's so much more than the bad things that happened to her. And unfortunately, this has taken her out of the competition. But again, like you said, we hope for the best for her. As the AGT, they kind of commented on her post saying that they are keeping her in their thoughts so that she can make a full recovery. And again, she is from Zanesville, Ohio, and we are excited for her. And we'll end this post show with a little spoiler alert. So you can turn this down if you don't like it, because another Ohio native really is taking the headlines. You know, Simone Biles. I know. She grew up in Texas, but we still claim her because she was born in Columbus. So she took the bronze in the beam. So we say congratulations to her. And of course, we will re-air it on NBC tonight in prime time. So have a great Tuesday, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning on Go starting at 4:30 a.m. Have a great day.